Welcome to part second of the video titled Indian Capital Market Loss Making Unlisted Stocks. Whenever a loss making company applies for IPO, IPO means initial public offer, a tightened scrutiny should have happened. But end result is till now, not a single loss making company is rejected from initial public offer. More or less, all loss making companies who applied for it, they got it. Now, whether this is Paytm, whether this is Zomato, this is Policy Bazaar, whether this is Nikea, whether this is Delivery, this is Oyo, and there are many. And the end result is it hyped the unlisted markets, which, by the way, is completely under the control of somebody you might not aware about. Like I have few facts which I have taken from Money Control. Let me speak these facts. Shares of API Holding Limited, the parent of online pharmacy Farm Easy, have corrected 44% in the unlisted market over the past 3 months. 44%. On February 21, API Holdings received approval from Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, to launch an initial public offer. Shares of API Holdings started trading in the unlisted space in the first week of November, which means the last November, at 108 to 110 each. The share rose to 140 in a short span before starting to correct. Means from 108 to 140, which means near about 32 to 33% of appreciation. Near about 32 to 33% of appreciation. Before I move further, I have few questions. Number one, who controls this unlisted market? Who controls this unlisted market? After National Stock Exchange scandal, no one in the world, forget India, in the world can say that Indian market is not manipulated. It is completely manipulated. Rather, I would say it is beyond manipulated. And if you are thinking that I am also disguised on the theory that NSE chairman was in touch with a Baba who used to live in Himalaya, then I am not an idiot. Because Baba have no role to play in the capital market. He is definitely not an Baba, he is somebody else. I have seen enough Bollywood movies in my life, whereby I have seen how the real culprit identity is being hidden by the system himself and a fake identity put into the picture. I have seen enough Bollywood movies in that regards. I am not going to be let away with the so-called theory that she was in touch with the Baba. Very soon you will see the videos on our YouTube channel covering the high frequency trading. We are ready with this. The content, the material, the new information and everything. And I have raised my concern as far as the co-location scandal is concerned. But what is the end result? Who controls this unlisted market? Who is the owner of this unlisted market? So After National Stock Exchange scandal, I am going to be raising another very pertinent question in the public domain, which is, are the owners, rather proprietors, of these loss making companies, who, by the way, never reported profits, are they running the unlisted markets? Are they running the unlisted market? Because 5 years ago, if you would have said that NSE chairman is also involved in a scandal, nobody would have trust on you. Everybody would have laughed at you. Just like in 2018, when I said that SoftBank is running a big scandal by investing in these loss making startups, whereby the end result would be something, at least not the business. Today, after 4 years in 2022, many people in the world have started acknowledging this. And the end result is this. Please see that. This is 22nd February 2022 article. It's an evidence that there is a wide correction had happened. Now the biggest story is, are the proprietors of these loss making companies, rather not the proprietors and key officers, which is CFO, CEO, probably the directors, are they running the show? We have seen in case of BharatPe what is happening in case of BharatPe. But irrespective of that, BharatPe got the license, banking license. Irrespective of that, no one till now, even after the whole mess up which is happening in the public domain between one founder and another founder who claims to be a judge in one of the idiotic, I would say, I have no words about Shark India, but soon I am planning videos. Did any pertinent questions being raised in that regards? No. So my first question after reading the first paragraph is, how come these loss making companies got approved? Because when you are approving a loss making company, the very first thing you see is the valuation of a stock. Basically, at what price the stock is being valued. For a while, I ignored the profit. And that valuation comes from the financial statement, technically. But in India, it not comes from financial statements, it comes from unlisted market. A market which exists, no one aware about that market, no one knew the owner of that market, no one knew who runs that market, no one knew the size of that market, no one knew the actual transaction which are happening in this market, no one knew the actual beneficiaries of that market. But one thing we knew, the only thing we knew, is that the unlisted market exists in India. This is what we knew. And the great fact of life is, there is a hefty transaction which is happening in the unlisted market, but unfortunately there is not a single point of track record which we do have. Not a single point of track record which we do have. So my first question is that a company who, by the way, is a loss-making company, let it be honest, and this company was traded in the first week of November at 108 to 110. It got widely appreciated to 140, which is near about 33 to 35% of appreciation, that too in a short span of time. And the interesting fact, let it be honest, interesting fact is, this appreciation remains unnoticed. remains unnoticed as usual until otherwise something big come in the picture. See you in the part 3 of the video.